Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living in Beaumont. Welcome in the house and welcome online as well. And today is a very special day for me and a special day for all the dads. So a happy Father's Day to all those dads that gave so much. I want to remind first time guests, welcome. There's a blue welcome packet in the back you can pick up or touch base with the Reverend Michael after service. And a reminder, as always, we've got a special barbecue today in Fellowship Hall. I'm going to be grilling hamburgers and hot dogs, and we've got all the sides and fixings to go with them. And if you get a call from God, have him leave a message. So if you just silence your cell phones, that would be great. We've got a couple slides to share. Our vision statement. A world that works for everyone. And our purpose statement, awakening humanity to all its spiritual magnificence.
Ooh. Chuck, can you take that back one? There we go.
And one more, transforming lives one thought at a time, our mission statement. Now we can say howdy. Turn to your neighbors and welcome them with a howdy neighbor.
I wish you peace, wish you joy, wish you love, 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 love. I wish you faith in yourself to reveal all that you've come here to be. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. Wish you strength, wish you courage, wish you love, 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 love. I wish you purpose to create all your dreams and co-conspire with the light of your life. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion. Whoa, the answer to eternity is always deep inside you. It's freedom of expression is yours to choose or hide. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my choice. Love is my decision. Love is my voice. Love is my religion. Love is my religion.
Thank you, Al. And now if we would welcome Evonne with this week's announcements.
Good morning, everyone, and I love that song. Love that song. The announcements for today, the first one will be about our Volunteer of the Month, and that's Donna. One more week, Donna. Donna. Thank you for all you do and all you've done over the years to make this church, this center, what it is today. And the flower ministry today, oh, look at how beautiful they are. And they're in commemoration of a life event for Bobby Chappelle. So, Bobby, they're yours to take home and enjoy. Aren't they gorgeous? Yeah. And earlier today at 9 o'clock, we had How to Speak Science of Mind. And it's just a half an hour between 9 and 9:30 that we gather. We have the little book, How to Speak Science of Mind, and we just pick out a page and we talk about it. So please come early and enjoy that 1/2 hour and learn a little bit about science of mind. And we learn from each other because we talk about the page and show some of our experiences. It's really interesting. And the Good Grief, that support group is on Tuesdays from 1 to 1:30. And you don't even have to have a major problem to come. Grief is something that we all have and we look at one time or another. And sometimes it just helps to be with people that can help you through whatever you're going through. So please come at 1 o'clock on Tuesdays and enjoy that. And then on Thursdays, we have another book study, and that's called Jesse Jennings, More Than We Seem. And it's, again, if you read Science of Mind, Jesse is one of the reverends that knows a lot about how Ernest Holmes thought and what he thinks and how he says things. And we go through questions, and then we talk about what we think that question means. And then Reverend Neil will come back and give us some more insight into just what we're talking about. It's really a very interesting class, and it's at my house on Thursdays from 4 to 5:30. So please join us for that. We have lots of things going on. And then the other thing we have is Adrian Madden, who's one of our practitioners, he's doing this thing, Walking the Talk. And what it is, it's just bring your questions about science of mind. It's a very basic thing that he's helping people understand more about our practices, and very interesting too. It just started 2 weeks ago now, so if you want to do that's Tuesdays at 5:30. For those people that go to work, and then they come back to work and have a little spiritual experience. Okay. And it's Father's Day today, so we're going to be not only having a service, but we're going to have a barbecue here. And I think Ross is already taking care of talking about that, but stay for that, please. And Lois, where are you? Want to come up and talk about our experience, that we're going to have a new experience here at the church. Community Bunko.
Uh-oh.
This is our first time for having a bunco night, and we have 20 people that have signed up, and it's really going to be a fun night. We take a break in the middle, and we have snacks, and then we give out the prizes at the end of the evening, and there are several categories for prizes, and also there's for any non-winners, we put our name in a basket, and there's a drawing for a door prize. So it's going to be a fun night, and also it starts at 6 o'clock in the evening, so if you've signed up, please arrive a little bit early because we want to start on time so we don't run too late. Okay, and bring your $5. Okay, thank you.
It's going to be fun. We'll find out how to play. Even if you don't know how to play, Lois is going to teach us. Okay. And the metaphysical movie for Wednesday, July 8th is going to be E.T. And if you haven't seen that movie, or if you saw it many, many years ago, it'll be great to go over it again and hear about the metaphysical meanings of what went on in that movie. Wonderful. Hey, we have a new class starting, and it's not starting until July 13th. And it's called You Can Heal Your Life, and it's by the book that Louise Hay wrote. And so it's going to be for 5 weeks, and it's going to be in person or on Zoom. And Dr. Michael is going to be the facilitator, and it's a $99 investment. And the book, I think, is $12 or something like that. So please join us. We have more fun at our classes, and we learn a lot too. And in the prayer room behind us, in the Om room, we're going to have prayer. And are you going to lead that today?
I will leave the first.
And Dr. Michael is going to lead that today. So if you have anything on your mind and just want to come in and talk about it and get prayer work done, please just go in the Om room right after service today, okay? And of course, the community potluck. And you get to enjoy my beans. I made them last week, so we've had beans for 2 weeks, but it's going to be a wonderful celebration for Father's Day. Okay. Annan, would you like to
I will
one?
welcome, thank you, Evonne, great job on the announcements. And I will welcome, in a minute, just to let you know, our Sunday guest speaker is Reverend Victoria Bomberry, and I have a little introduction for you on Victoria. And Reverend Victoria Bomberry, Ph.D., is an ordained minister. That makes 2 of us in the sanctuary. I finally made it, so we're in companionship on that, for Centers for Spiritual Living. She is the spiritual director of Winged Spirit Ministry. Don't you love that? Winged Spirit Ministry. She served as the spiritual director, senior minister at Center for Spiritual Living, Menifee Valley. Before that, she served at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living as the Minister of Transformation. As the spiritual director of the emerging focus ministry, Winged Spirit, her sight is set on perfecting love on the planet. She is the former chair of the Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Committee. She did a seminar here for us on DEI last year. And she centers and is currently on Sacred Activism Task Force of Centers for Spiritual Living. Dr. Bomberry recently joined the board of Natalie Cole Reagan Foundation that focuses on cancer research and early childhood literacy. She's a lover of collaboration, and she works with Spiritual Enlightenment and Truth-Focused Ministry, where she leads a Power of 8 group that has been active for 9 years. She appears on New Thought Media Network Science of Mind and Spirit lecture series. She completed her ministerial studies at Holmes Institute. She received her Ph.D. in Modern Thought and Literature from Stanford University. She received her B.A. in Biology and her M.A. in English from Sonoma State University. Exploring and developing ways to serve the world, teaching, working with individuals and small groups are her passions. She has more than 45 years teaching experience, including the California State University and University of California Systems, and private universities and local CSLs, Native American communities in North and South America. She is retired from the University of California system. Her ministry focuses on peace and the joy that accompanies it through inspired service. And I will have Al go into a meditative song if you have one here, and then Reverend Victoria Bomberry will come up and take it away for us.
When I was a boy, each week on Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest as he would read the holy word, consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. But today the only difference is everything's holy now. Everything is holy now. When I went to Sunday school, we would learn about the time that Moses split the sea in two and Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad that miracles don't happen still, but by now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. You know, everything's a miracle. Well, wine from water, that's not so small. But an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare, at best it barely wet my fingertips. Now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second-rate hand-me-downs. Now I walk it with a reverent air, 'cause everything's holy now. Everything is holy now. And if you read a question in a child's face, tell me that it's not a testament. That's a very hard case to make. And when you see another new morning come, say it's not a sacrament. Tell you can't be done. This morning I stood outside and saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. Made me want to close my eyes and remember when church let out. Oh, how things have changed since then. Everything's holy now. Everything is holy now. Everything's holy now. Everything's holy now. Everything is holy now. Holy now.
And so now I will invite Victoria, Reverend Victoria, Dr. Victoria Bomberry, up to the podium. And as she's making her way up, I see she has a beautiful heart emblem on her necklace. And we talked today and we prayed in about opening our heart to a greater love than we've ever known. So let's hold that intention, set that intention, and know that Reverend Victoria will bring that intention home. Welcome to CSLB. Let's give her a warm CSLB welcome.
Oh, what a glorious morning. Wow, I'm loud, aren't I? Bring me in a little less hot, please. Oh, my goodness. This is a glorious morning to acknowledge our fathers. What a wonderful day. And can I have all the fathers raise your hands? And we want to bless them, and we also want to acknowledge and bless all those who were both mother and father to their children, right? And we know that is an energy, right? That's an energy, and some of us have had to take on both those roles. So we want to acknowledge that wonderful energy of fathers. So today I bless all the fathers and the fathering energy they extend, and give thanks for the part that they play in our lives. And even if our fathers are no longer with us, they still play a part in our lives. You know, I still hear my father's voice, loud and clear sometimes, right? And you probably all have that experience as well. I also bless those who show us fatherly love, who teach us and guide us, who lead by example. And we probably have examples of that in our lives. Everyone has that. I recently lost a person who was not that much older than me, but he was a father figure to me in my academic career. And, you know, his energy, I think I still feel that in my work and in the way that I approach my life. The love and support that we receive from all the father figures help each one of us to become the people we are today. And they may not be perfect, right? But their love, as expressed, is perfect. With a grateful heart, I acknowledge these special ones who saw our potential and encouraged us to reach high and pursue our dreams. And I thank them for the encouragement they provided during times of disappointment and discouragement. I bless the world's fathers and pray they know the support and guidance they have so lovingly shared. And so it is. So we're extending that to all of you fathers this morning. So today's talk is entitled, A Love Without End, which I took from a lovely country song by George Strait. And if you haven't had a chance to hear it, go and listen to it. It's a really beautiful, beautiful song. And it honors our fathers, and especially the father-son relationship. And it is absolutely beautiful. The song talks about a father's love for his children, and in true country fashion tells the story of unconditional love, no matter what the circumstances. That unconditional love that fathers have for their children. So it's wonderful to hear those comforting words, right? That's what we need in our life. We need unconditional love. And if we're lucky, we get that in our family of origin, right? And we may not, but we find those figures out there who are able to embody and give us that unconditional love. And I commend everyone who's gone on that journey, finding and recognizing those figures in your life that have provided that unconditional love. Ernest Holmes viewed love as the supreme unifying reality of the universe. So we can say love is really all there is. Love is all there is. And, we can put that in song too. All you need is love, right? And our songs support us like that. We can pull them out and, they become the soundtrack of our life. And he described it also as the sole impulse for creation. So everything that's created is created through love and in love. And we know that God is in love with us. Spirit is in love with us in that unconditional love that we emulate. He described it also as the ultimate healing power and a divine energy existing in every single person. So it's there in everyone, no matter what. It's always there. It's always present. Love is present. And it can never be destroyed. And I said, well, I hear my Father's voice, and it's a loving voice that comes up for me. A loving voice that's never destroyed, and I can hear it loud and clear. And those are the powerful reminders of the divine energy that is ours in every single moment. We have that right at our fingertips. A love without end is a divine love that heals and stirs in our human hearts the power to forgive. It's impossible to forgive without love. And yet we all have that. And we can all access it. And I can think of things that, in my life have been hard to forgive. And maybe you have examples in your life too. Betrayals. Those are hard to forgive, right? Hurts. There's all manner of hurts that we carry in our lives, right? And yet, when we get to that point of love, we can forgive it. Think about who you love. Who do you love? And I think about my children and and grandchildren. And right now I have a teenage grandson. And teenagers are tough, right? They are tough, even for grandmas. And sometimes I think, oh, child, what are you doing? But I love him, and even when he does something that seems hurtful or just out of character or whatever, I can love him. I can see who he is because that love comes out. And it's forgiving. It forgives that. And we forgive those we love very easily. It happens just like that. We forgive them. So we can see in our daily lives how powerful love is. We can just let it go. And if we have some wisdom, we're able to provide guidance that will hopefully move our teenagers, in this case, in the right direction, right? So it's very forgiving. Love allows us to forgive. Love also purifies, and it converts fear into faith and weakness into strength. It is the ultimate healing power, truly. I vividly remember a time when I was maybe 4 or 5, and I was playing on a 55 barrel drum, gallon drum. You guys remember those? Okay, they still have them. But it was cut in half, and it was a planter. Someone made it into a planter. And it didn't have any plants in it, but it had dirt in it. And it was really enticing. Oh my gosh, it was so enticing to get on that. And if you got on it just right, you could just get it to move and, go back and forth because it's on that that round edge. And of course, the edges were sharp, right? And I was just a little thing, and I was just getting it going. And of course, I fell. And I slashed my leg open. And oh my gosh, it was, it scared me a lot because there's blood coming out, and, I'm out there, and I know I shouldn't have been doing that. And I probably was even told not to play on it, right? But I did it anyway, right? So I called my dad. My dad was home. I started calling, Daddy, Daddy. So he came out, and he was really, really calm, right? He knew I was hurt, but he could tell I wasn't injured, terribly, right? But I was hurt. And he just said, hop up. And he just calmly did that. And he said, let's go inside and get that all cleaned up. So he took me in, and he doctored me and all of that. And it was an acknowledgement that, yes, I had hurt myself. And at the same time, it kind of melted my fear. My father was there to pick me up. My father was there to take care of me. And this is just a minor incident. But I think that it was my first conscious realization that I was a strong girl, right? And I could come through adversity because of my father's love. And this is just a minor thing about love, about what we do through love. But I'm a great believer that all of these minor incidents in our life add up to something that is enormous. And we can even put this into a grand scale. Every one of our minor things that we do add up to create a world that works for everyone, where love rules supreme, right? So I learned that a cut heals, and that it may leave a scar, but the healing takes place because of the power of love. And of course, the scar becomes a badge of honor, right? Those scars become a badge of honor, reminding us of what we've gone through and all of the circumstances around it. And love definitely heals. As we mature spiritually, we come to know that love is an internal state rather than just an external emotion. And everyone that we meet helps us come to that place, right? Our Father's love helps us come to that place. And the only real problem is in the denying of it or ignoring love. And this is where choice comes in. Sometimes we think, oh, I don't have a choice. I can't love that person, because of this, and this. But we can. It's inside of us. It's our natural state. Our natural state is to love. And we can choose love all the time. And we live in really interesting times right now, right? It seems like people line up, and they're in this camp or this camp and this camp and this camp and this camp with their own ideas and own beliefs and own ideas that they think are right and the only right. And yet, we choose not to love in those situations, right? We deny everyone else. We don't listen to what might be the underlying message that someone is giving us. We only hear they don't believe like us. They are not us. They're them. And we are living in that kind of time right now. We're in a very heightened way. So we can choose love. And where do we turn? Ernest Holmes writes, I believe that love is at the center of everything. Therefore, I accept love as the healing power of life. I permit love to reach me from every person I meet. I trust the guidance of love because I believe it is the power of good in the universe. I feel that love is flowing through me to heal every situation I meet, to help every person I contact. Love forgives everything unlike itself. That's the other, right? We may think they're incomprehensible to me, but we can still love even in those circumstances. It purifies everything. Love opens the way before me and makes it perfect, straight, and glad. Love converts everything that seems commonplace into that which is wonderful. Love converts weakness into strength, fear into faith. Love. So when we think about love, and we think about, well, how do we take this into practice out in the world? I asked Al to play Love is My Religion this morning, because that song was taken from what the Dalai Lama answered when he was interviewed one time. And the interviewer asked, what is your religion? And the Dalai Lama thought for a minute and he said, well, if I were to define it, I would say love is my religion. And one of the powerful Buddhist practices that we have is called metta. And have you heard of metta? Okay, how many people have heard of metta? Okay, lots of people in here have. Well, metta has often been translated as the loving kindness meditation. And I prefer another translation when I'm doing metta, and that is unconditional love. And that's another way you can translate metta. And I like that because, yes, loving kindness, I think, comes from love. I think compassion comes from love. I think empathy comes from love. I think all those kinds of things that can connect us come from love. So I prefer to use unconditional love as the translation. So I'm going to go through a practice with you that you can take home and do this. And I hope you'll take it up as your own practice. And I was taught by Jack Kornfield, the Buddhist practitioner, many years ago when he called together a group of activists to New Mexico. And I'm laughing because I didn't know what I was getting into. I had kind of put it out there in the I had said kind of offhandedly at one point, I really want to learn meditation. And this was, 30 odd years ago, 40 years ago. And all at once, I don't think it was very long afterwards, I got a letter from this center in New Mexico, and they said, we want to invite you to take part in a silent retreat in New Mexico. And your way is paid. You have a scholarship. So please join us and let us know if you can come. And I was like blown away, right? All at once. I said, I'd like to learn meditation, and I get this invitation. I have no idea who Jack Kornfield or is. I don't know who he is. I don't know anything about Buddhism or anything, right? Other than, a very surface idea of it. So I go, and when I heard silent meditation, I thought it was you're silent when you're meditating. But I was to be silent for 2 weeks. So that was interesting, right? I didn't know what I was getting into. But I loved it. I loved being able to go into the silence. And one of the practices that Jack Kornfield taught was metta. So we would sit several hours of the day, and we had duties for meal times and cleaning up and doing all kinds of things. It was like living in an ashram or a community at a temple, and it was absolutely wonderful. But for all of us, I think metta was powerful, because when you're working in any kind of community group, we're helpers, right? We want to be helpful. And at times it's hard to love everybody, especially when you have people who have different visions than you, right? Different visions maybe internally, but maybe very different visions externally about the way that they want the world to operate. So metta became a very powerful practice for me to be able to move through many of the situations that I found myself in. And I've been practicing metta since that time. And I think sometimes, I must be really slow because there are things that have taken me forever to release and to open my heart to. And yet now I feel like, I'm more open. And I know that there's more to do. So I'm going to teach you metta now. And we're going to use the 4 phrases that Jack Kornfield gave me. And, and he's written these down, and so they're out there for everyone to use. So metta, first of all, when we talk about love, sometimes we have a hard time loving ourselves, don't we? That may be the hardest thing to do. I had someone who said, love your neighbor as yourself, but first love yourself. And I think that's really good. First love yourself. And we have to. We have to learn how to love ourselves and accept ourselves as these magnificent spiritual beings that we are. So with metta, because it's often very hard for us to feel those feelings for ourselves, we first start with someone or something that we can love unconditionally. And that can be a child, a grandchild, a pet. It can be a mentor. It can be someone that you love unconditionally. And we start by going within and we repeat 4 phrases. So can you get someone in your mind right now? And I invite you just to close your eyes and take a deep breath and visualize that person right there, or that beloved animal or companion animal. Grandchild, maybe. Child. And I will repeat the phrase, and you repeat it silently to yourself. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you be well in mind and body. May you be happy and at ease. And in this silence, you can say other things that you want to express as unconditional love to this being. You might say things like, may you be safe. May you know who you are. Whatever comes to mind in these next couple of minutes of silence. Now I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath. And now we're going to go to ourselves now that we have that kind of feeling about what it feels like to extend unconditional love. And feel your heart space opening up. And you can actually breathe through your heart. Just feel that. Imagine you're breathing through your heart. And your heart is expanding to hold everything. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be free from inner and outer danger. May I be well in mind and body. May I be happy and at ease. Take a deep breath again. And in the silence, you can say things to yourself. Just extend unconditional kindness to yourself. You might say, may I be filled with joy. May I experience abundance in my life. Whatever comes to mind. And so the next part is opening us up even more to go outside to those people that we see every day that we're kind of neutral to. It could be the clerks in the grocery store or someone that you meet on the street from time to time, a neighbor. But someone who you're just kind of neutral toward. So get a clear picture in your mind of someone like that. And just go with whoever comes up for you. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you be well in mind and body. May you be happy and at ease. And again, take a deep breath. And on the out breath, enter the silence. And you can say, just open up and extend best wishes to this person that you feel neutral toward. And let's take another deep breath. And this one is harder. This is the hardest one of all. because these are for the people that we may have some aversion toward. Somehow we're rejecting them. We don't want to be around them. And yet we're opening up our heart so that we can hold this and we can love them. We can extend unconditional love to them. So get a clear picture of someone in your mind. Could be someone you had a fight with. Politicians are generally a pretty good people to extend unconditional love to. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be free from inner and outer danger. May you be well in mind and body. May you be happy and at ease. And when you take a deep breath, again, just enter the silence and extend best wishes to this person. You're not trying to change them. You're not trying to fix anything. All you're doing is extending love to them. And I'm just going to ask you to take a deep breath and return to center. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be free from inner and outer danger. May I be well in mind and body. May I be happy and at ease. And just come back into this room. And you know what this kindles in you is that capacity to hold everything. And that's what we do throughout our lives, right? And I know that we're an older group in here, generally. And we've learned a lot, right? And sometimes I've seen people who'll say, oh, don't tell so-and-so, grandma, great-grandma, about that because they'll be devastated. But when great-grandma learns about it, she's the one who can heal the family because she's seen many things and done many things. That's what we're practicing with this. Loving. So our movement is a healing movement. When we look at every point in our global vision, we can see the call for healing through the power of love. One of Holmes' most potent messages about love was that it is the sole driving force in creation and that the entire universe is based on it. As human beings, we have access to this universal principle. It is ours to apply to all human endeavor. Holmes also said that the only true creative act was through love. The other stuff is just kind of playing around. The only true creative act is through love. We can create, but if it is not infused with the divine, it is empty of transformative power. We cannot stand in our little unhealthy egos and create something that adds to the good of the universe. We must step aside and align with the positive power of Source. We all have that within. We can call it the self with a big S. It's the divine fire in each of us. We can call that forth in others through our spiritual work that purifies our ability to connect with the good. This week, notice those places that need love. Practice metta. Practice opening your heart to those around you and the world. We are the light of the world, and so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Victoria. It's beautiful. On this Father's Day, that first song that Reverend Victoria chose, or that second song, I should say, the Holy Now, is told by someone looking back when I was a boy. Each week it starts. And this song also takes that tack. It's told from the point of view of a young man. Starts by looking back at his childhood. When a single mom goes out on a date with somebody new, it always winds up feeling more like a job interview. My mama used to wonder if she'd ever meet someone that wouldn't find out about me and then turn around and run. I met the man I call my dad when I was 5 years old. He took my mom out to a movie, and for once I got to go. A few months later, I remember lying there in bed. I overheard him pop the question, and I prayed that she'd say yes. And then all of a sudden, how it seems so strange to me, how we've gone from something's missing to a family. Looking back, all I can say about all the things he did for me, I hope I'm at least half the dad that he didn't have to be. I met the girl that's now my wife about 3 years ago. We had the perfect marriage, but we wanted something more. Now here I stand surrounded by our family and friends, crowded around the nursery window as they bring the baby in. And then all of a sudden, how it seems so strange to me, how we've gone from something's missing to a family. Looking through the glass, I think about the man here standing next to me. And I hope I'm at least half the dad that he didn't have to be. Looking back, all I can say about all the things he did for me is I hope I'm at least half the dad that he didn't have to be. I hope I'm at least half the dad that he didn't have to be.
All right, and so now I will invite our ushers to come forward and prepare for the collection. And it's our time of joyful giving, so we'll look to the screen and have our abundance. We'll call this our abundance affirmation. And I invite you to read this with me. And we talked about in our prayer, we prayed in today, that we would open our heart to a greater love than we've ever known. And Reverend Victoria's talk was about a greater love than we've ever known. on forgiveness and abundance and beauty and blessing and all of those greater loves that we open to. So as we read this abundant statement today, I invite you to read it from the openness of your heart and a greater love of your heart, of knowing that Spirit is that abundance that flows in, as, and through us in every way. So from a greater love than we've read this before, from that openness of our heart, I invite us to read this together. I give and receive freely and generously, with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
Thank you for giving. Thank you for receiving. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing, and thank you for believing. Thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing. You are the vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, and bless you for your sharing. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
And so we'll do our benediction now, and it's a little different than a 5-step prayer. A benediction, as we've mentioned before, is bene, meaning good, and diction, meaning words. We'll speak good words about what transpired here today. So let's invite in that awareness that Al presents in his song. Thank you for being who you are. Let's thank our fathers, whoever they were. Some of them were mothers or brothers or older sisters who became our fathers, who guided us along the way. And so whether you're a mother who was a father or a father who was a stay-at-home mother, all of those father figures, whoever they were, that guided us on our way, guided us to being present here today, and guided us mostly into the awareness of the power of love, the awareness of a power of hug when we needed a hug, a kiss on the cheek when we needed a kiss on the cheek, a holding of the hands when we needed a holding of hands, but mostly those fathers and those parents and those mothers and those brothers and those sisters who all nourished us with knowing that what is most powerful, in whatever image we choose to show up as, in whatever role we choose to play, however we show up in this day, the greatest gift we can give away is that gift of a greater love in our heart that we open to this day through the message, this day through the music, this day through coming together in community. So that greater love of knowing fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, spirit, soul, body, and mind, all coming together in that collective consciousness of a guiding force that is loving and giving and gracious and knowing. That is part of what transpired here today in Victoria's beautiful message, Al's beautiful music, and the beautiful energy that each and all of us brought to the spiritual center today. And together I invite us to say, and so it is. And so if you're new to the center, I know we have someone. We have Sean who is here for the first time. We circle up in the sanctuary, we hold hands, and we sing our way out. Al will guide us in music and our sing-along, sing-out song. So if you're comfortable to guide us, holding hands and circle the center. And as we do this, know this circle that we're forming is that circle of our heart that is ever expanding, ever growing, ever evolving into a greater love than we've ever known before.
Planet
And so know with me that, as Reverend Victoria shared today in her message and Ernest Holmes shares in his writings, love heals, forgives, and makes whole. And so it is. So we have barbecue and burgers and hot dogs and all the fixing out there through Carter Hall. So come on through Carter Hall. Ross has been preparing that meal for us. I know it's going to be a great barbecue meal. And if you're looking for prayer, I will be in the Ohm Room. So come visit me and we'll do a collective prayer together today. Thank you for being here. We appreciate your presence. It's a great gift to this center. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday at CSLB.